Am I the a-hole for making mother-in-law either get a hotel or drive home instead of staying with us? We live 2 hours from my in-laws, but they still come see us and mostly the grandkids a lot, to the point that I have asked my husband to help me establish the boundary of no more unexpected drop-ins, especially unexpected sleepovers, especially on school nights. I believe this is fair, as does my husband obviously, or he wouldn't have my back on this. There have already been a couple times we have had to put our foot down on this, but there are still versions of unexpected pop-ins. For example, the day after asking the kids' sports schedule, they were just there without notice, and yes, of course expecting to come right over after, which was awkward as we hadn't planned to accommodate anyone else for dinner. Today, she texted at 1 p.m. saying she was coming into town for one of the kids' games and asked if she could stay the night. I didn't see this until 3 p.m., but even so, 1 p.m. seems very last minute to me and did give me anxiety. My husband told her staying over would not be a good idea, as our youngest has been hard to put down lately, not a lie, and she kind of blew up on us. She hit us with the "wow, okay, after all I've done for you, I'm astonished," and also used her issues driving at night to show how selfish and mean we were being, paraphrasing. I said it's not fair to try and guilt trip me when she knew my boundaries and anxieties before leaving, and it was on her to have a plan and consideration for us. She is now saying we are not welcoming. I think some people might think I am being the a-hole because while it may give me temporary anxiety, being accommodating to loved ones is important, and we should be able to set aside our personal discomforts for them sometimes. On the other hand, this was not an emergency. This was not a championship game. She has made almost every other game, and if she wasn't sure she could afford a hotel or drive home that night, it was wrong to assume she could stay over when I've been pretty clear how I feel on that. So am I the a-hole for making my mother-in-law either stay in a hotel or drive home after she came into town for the kids' game?
Here are the top comments, plus Opie's reply.
You're not welcoming. Correct. You're not welcome to pop in whenever you want. Please wait for us to invite you.
OP replied,
LOL, I almost said this. I truly did not feel insulted by this at all. I'm not the most welcoming person. I'm actually incredibly discerning and selective, and I like it that way, haha.
Not the a-hole info. How did you handle the time they unexpectedly showed up at the game and then expected to be invited back to the house? You said it was awkward. Why? That was the perfect time to say, we had no idea you were coming to the game nor hoped to come over at all and possibly to eat, because you didn't tell us, so we aren't prepared. Please understand we love seeing you guys, but I'm sure you remember back when you had work and a house full to maintain, and it's very helpful to have notice before people come over. This is normal. Don't let them act all offended when they are the offenders here.
Absolutely not the a-hole. I'm a mother-in-law and a grandma. My adult sons and their families have their own lives. I wouldn't spontaneously drop in on my friends and expect them to host me with meals and staying overnight. My sons and their partners are entitled to the same consideration.